Hey there, I'm Jenna, and I'm currently in Madeira, Portugal, with
Mom.
So join us as I make my mom drive on some sketchy roads
To the left. All right, left.
and tell you some of the best things to do while visiting Madeira. I'm using this. And also, how to avoid some crowds.
How's driving been, Mom? It's been great. Note to self, only drank one of the espressos in the morning.
While planning this trip, I wanted to find a waterfall hike that wasn't as packed as some of the more popular trails on the island. And that's how I found this one, which is a great alternative.
She's back there.
The trail starts from the same parking lot as the popular 25 Fountains hike, but with a major crowd difference. We started at around 8:30, easily grabbed a parking spot, and only passed a few small groups along the way. First, you begin along a lavada, which makes for a peaceful and mostly flat walk. After a while, the path branches off towards the first waterfall. Later, we made our way towards the next waterfall, descending this steep, winding staircase.
Please, don't fall.
This waterfall cascades more than 160 feet into a small pool, which you can also swim in.
What do you have to say? Peace.
4 a.m. wake up. What was that?
I knew that a sunrise hike was a must while we were in Madeira, but I also knew how popular they could be. So I did some research and chose Pico Ruivo, the highest peak on the island. We started up the trail's developed stone path about an hour and a half before sunrise, with dots of hikers' headlamps and dark outlines of the mountains in the distance. And while there were definitely still some people, this hike is a great alternative to experience less crowds.
We're going to the Porto Moniz natural pools. It is a, 65-degree day, but we're doing it anyway.
Sun's gonna come out. No? It is. Look.
Some natural pools in Madeira are located in Porto Moniz, which is an amazing scenic spot at the northwestern tip of the island. We loved Porto Moniz because we could always find parking in various lots, and it was small and easy to navigate. We arrived at the pools anywhere between 10 to 11 a.m. and got in within minutes.
A wee bit nippy out here.
Bit nippity.
Nipply. We are heading
To the
Fanal Forest. To trees that are hundreds of years old. And is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Mr. Cow.
The renowned Fanal Forest is a popular location on the island, filled with some very old trees and roaming cows.
Moo.
We arrived at 8:30 with easy parking and little crowds. We kind of just walked around this forest for a while before finding a place to lay back and watch the blanket of clouds roll by. Crowds ramped up around 10 a.m., which is when we moved on to our next location.
Where are we? At a lighthouse. Ponta.
Wait, what is it called?
Do.
Ponta do Pargo?
Ponta do Pargo, a quiet village located at the westernmost tip of the island, features a lighthouse overlooking some incredible cliff views. Easy parking is available at this lighthouse, where we spent about 20 minutes taking in this view of steep coastal cliffs and bright blue water, before exploring the local town. PR8, a unique barren coastal cliff hike, is located at the easternmost tip of the island.
Earlier is definitely the better. Because from what I read, it can get absolutely mobbed.
And as I just mentioned, it is also one of the most popular hikes on the island, so we decided to get up for another brutal but early sunrise start.
Both kind of feel like death right now, but our Nutella bagels should fuel us.
An easy rolling hike branches far out into the ocean with rocky landscapes and majestic
This
cliffs.
is very interesting because it's very different than the other places on the island.
And it truly feels like you've been transported somewhere else.
What in the world? This is so cool.
Which makes the early wake up so worth it.
How are you feeling this AM?
For this last spot, I'm going to keep it a little under the radar and not give out its direct name, but you can definitely find it with a little research. We started this hike around 8 a.m. with a completely peaceful trailhead. This relatively easy to moderate hike begins pretty flat with amazing views of tall mountains and the Valley of the Nuns quietly tucked away. You pass some burned trees from previous wildfires throughout the hike before climbing steeply to the summit, which is this rock that requires some minimal rock climbing.
There's no one here. It's just us and some big mountains.
We were honestly really shocked about how quiet this hike was compared to the other places here.
Review of a Madeira apple. It's soft. And it does taste like a pear.
This hike was our favorite during our time on the island and was a perfect way to conclude our trip and this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.
We're heading to the Fanal Forest, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site with hundreds of year old, what is it called? Hundreds of years? Hundreds of years?
100-year-old trees?
More than hundreds of
year-old trees.
Hundreds of year-old trees. Why did that take so long to figure out? Anyway, that's what we're doing.
They're only a year-old tree.